So, you all think that the Bayverse ended with Rise of the Beast, huh? Well, you're wrong. Lorenzo keeps telling you guys that these movies are connected to the Bayverse, but you guys just don't listen, and I'm sick of it. So I'm gonna explain it to you, like the little children you are, that Transformers 1 is canon to the Bayverse. Obviously, spoilers ahead. So we know that Orion and D16 were friends, right? Might they even call themselves brothers? Well, in 2007, Optimus says this.
Hold up.
You left me no choice, brother.
Implying that they used to be friends, brothers in arms, see? And in The Last Night, he and Megatron say this.
We were brothers once.
So there you go, already one solid connection. And you might also be wondering, oh, how did Prime say that Bumblebee was his oldest friend if Megatron was really his oldest friend? Well, Optimus obviously means that he was his oldest friend that stayed as his friend. Not including Delita, because she died in Revenge of the Fallen. And you already know that the Primes are canon from Revenge of the Fallen. But you might be wondering, oh, how did Megatronus or the Primes even get to Earth if they died on Cybertron? Well, we know that Transformers 1 is supposed to be the first in a trilogy, so we can assume that at some point in either part 2 or 3, the Primes get resurrected and the events of Revenge of the Fallen play out. You don't believe me when I say that they can get revived? Well, what about Optimus and Megatron in Revenge of the Fallen? Revival is very doable in the Bayverse as long as it's convenient enough. And the main 2007 cast, excluding Bumblebee, along with Hound and Sideswipe, can be seen within the first 10 minutes of the movie. You just gotta look hard enough. And you might be whining, oh, how does Optimus call Sentinel his mentor in Dark of the Moon? You only meet once in TF1. Well, it's figurative, obviously. I could call C-Bunny Productions my mentor for Lego builds, but it doesn't mean that he gives me lessons. There are many ways to be somebody's mentor. Jazz also gets his leg chopped off, an obvious nod to 2007. Also, RC is in the movie, a nod to Revenge of the Fallen and Rise of the Beast. Sentinel Prime also says High Octane, a reference to Age of Extinction Bumblebee's first mode. You can also find Mirage in the part of the Icon 5000, a reference to Rise of the Beast. And don't even get me started on how that's Bayverse canon, not to mention RC or even Wheeljack. And at the Icon 5000, we get a good look at Megatronus, also known as the Fallen. We know that the Fallen face design was based off of the Decepticon insignia, so to simplify his face down to one in TF1, almost as if he is Tarn, is a genius move. He also has his staff weapon, yet another reference to Revenge of the Fallen. Skyfire and Strafe are also mentioned in the race, who are obviously Jetfire from Revenge of the Fallen, and Skyfire is just an alias, and Strafe is the pterodactyl Dinobot from Age of Extinction. And for a split second on the leaderboard, Joel, Hot Rod, and Mirage are mentioned, all respectively from the Bayverse. I know I just said I saw Mirage in the race, but who's to say he didn't just sneak onto the race? You know what I mean, he was on the crowd. It's something he would definitely do. Also, B's Cybertronian name also matches up with his Bumblebee movie name. Obvious connection, B-127. Holograms are also very reminiscent to the Bumblebee movie once. The Quintessons are also canon, very evident, especially with TLK. So, Quintessons aren't new here. Sentinel also has his double-bladed sword, just like Dark of the Moon. Speaking of Sentinel, you're probably wondering how he appeared in Dark of the Moon on the moon when he died in TF1. Well, just like I said before with the Primes, a lot can happen within the span of 2 movies, and Revival is established to be canon. Also, he died from Megatron tearing him in half, which gave him the confidence to do it again with Jazz in 2007. He knew he was going to be able to do it, considering how much smaller he was than Sentinel, so that's why he came up with an epic one-liner.
Oh, God, Megatron, come here, cretin. You want a piece of me? You want a piece? No! I want 2!
You might also be wondering why Megatron was willing to make a truce with him in Dark of the Moon. Well, by Dark of the Moon, Megatron was weak and desperate, and he was looking for any way to bring back Cybertron, and Sentinel was his only option. And the reason why Optimus didn't see him as a traitor in Dark of the Moon is because he was a noble leader, and he was willing to give Sentinel a second chance. But once he saw that he was a traitor, he wanted to get the chance he never got in TF1, and kill Sentinel himself for betraying him twice. And that is how TF1 is canon to the Bayverse. Which is what a crazy person would say. If you truly believe that this movie is canon, you are insane. If you think that even Rise of the Beast and TOK are canon, then explain to me how Earth forms itself and then somehow manifests into Unicron. It just can't happen. So yeah. In conclusion, the Bayverse began with 2007 and died with Dark of the Moon.